welcome to Honest Violets. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, or if you're for the first time on my channel, please subscribe and click on the bell button to be notified of all the videos that I post every week about plants and gardening. And today we will be talking about pothos. Well, you may think that these all are pothos, but no, definitely one of them is not a pothos. And I'm going to tell you the difference, and we're going to repot them today together. Well, here I have these three plants and they look so much similar, just the coloring and variegation is a little bit different. But we call pothos only these two and not this one. And let's start from their real biological names. And of course the description. Well, first one, green with white variegation. You can see that the variegation is a little bit scattered. Some leaves are have more white, some have more green, and this is just about the light and the conditions where you're growing them. So the one leaf can be whiter than the other or greener than the other, and this is absolutely normal. And this one is Epipremnum happy leaf. So this is a pothos. We call it pothos, so to say. And here this one, we call it also pothos, silver pothos, and this is actually Scindapsus trebi. Well, you can see again the green leaves and this gray scattered variegation, very beautiful, I may say. And this is actually just physical damage, so nothing is wrong with this plant. We're going to repot them all here, but before I will tell you how to differentiate them and what is actually the difference, what is pothos and what is not a pothos. And here we have the third one. Look at these leaves and how beautiful they are. Look at this variegation. This one leaf is completely yellow, but of course this may change when the leaf is growing. Of course the variegation will also be changing depending on the light, depending on your conditions. See, one leaf is just, oh, that's so beautiful, and actually the variegation here is not scattered, but it's kind of, it looks like as if it's painted, so to say. It has these white colors on the leaves of a different color, so green and yellow. Whoops. Yeah, and this is actually Philodendron, so this is not a pothos, this is Philodendron scandens Brazil. This is a very beautiful variety. Well, let's talk about their differences. I have already mentioned something, so this is actually about the variegation. So pothos, most of the varieties of pothos, and there are many, they have scattered variegation, so here and there a little bit. While these kind of plants, which are not pothos, they have kind of this wide lines of different colors, and this is the way their variegation is, and in this case this is not a pothos. Well, you know, it's really a little bit hard to differentiate between them, but what is what can show you if it's a pothos or no? Of course, the leaves are heart-shaped, all of them, but with pothos, you just have heart-shaped leaf, while with this kind of plants, see that again the shape of a leaf is, well, it's heart-shaped, but you can see the tips. The tips are really like pointier. You see? All these leaves have this very distinguished tips, and this is not a pothos. Another thing that can help you to differentiate between these plants is this sheath. So with this plant, you can actually see them. They just grow where the leaves are growing, but then they get dry and they will fall, just like this one, for example. While pothos doesn't have it, well, normally, or maybe not so distinguished. So all these three features, so to say, can help you to differentiate if it's a pothos or no. So the type of the variegation, the availability of sheaths, and also the pointier or blunter leaves, leaf shapes, so to say. And one more thing about these plants, sometimes you can see them growing hanging, sometimes you can see them attached to a support, which is a moss or something else, and they grow into this huge kind of trees. But honestly, these plants without a support, they are not climbing plants, but they are more hanging plants, so they're vines. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to replant them in bigger, nicer pots, and they will be growing hanging from my ceiling. How cool is that? And so let's start. It will be really easy because the pots are plastic. I will be just squeezing them turning them and removing the old soil, leaving a little bit of course. And here I have already prepared the pots which will be hanging. They have their sources attached to them here. So, and the potting mix is just a universal potting mix, and I have added a little bit of perlite, which is really helping to improve the quality of your soil. And I may say, when you're opening the soil bag and it smells like a forest, I really love it. It is a sign that the soil is really, really good one, I would say. Okay, so let's start. I'm squeezing the pot just from the sides. And here it goes. You see the roots are already a little bit growing in a circle, so we definitely don't want this. And this is the right time to repot them. I want to show you something. Here you can see just a tiny I want to show you something. Look at this. Do you see this cutting? Just a small piece of a stem just with one node, and that's how you can propagate them. That's how easy it is. I would actually like to separate them. It's not just one plant here, but several. So 2. Wow, look at this. 3. They're all different separate plants just because they were propagated in nursery just by the pieces of the stems. Don't be afraid, you will not damage the roots, because these plants are really survivors and they really grow very, very easy. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 plants. That will be really easy, so I'm going to do it really fast. There is nothing special about potting up or replanting these plants. It's really easy. And you can actually grow these plants in semi-shade or even in shade, well, depending on your conditions, of course. Well, the brighter the place, the better, maybe without sun, but still a bright place. Just because when they grow in the shade, they will still grow, but then the variegation may not be so beautiful and so colorful. All right, now number 5 here, and this one will come here. I will be adding soil, of course. Oh, how beautiful this is. I can't wait to see them grow and like really hang from all sides of the basket. So they will be growing under the ceiling, and I hope that very soon their leaves will reach the floor. That's the purpose. And I'm adding a little bit of soil from all the sides to fix the plants. I know so many of you grow these plants, and I would really love to know about your experience with them. For me, it's always interesting to know how you grow the same plant in different time zones, in different climates and different countries. And even though these plants are so easy to grow, there's still maybe, some tips and tricks from each and everyone who is growing these plants. Yeah, let's just fix them a little bit. You can just push the soil a little bit to make them firm and to stabilize them, and just to move to the places that you want them to grow. You can just pull them a little bit to make them grow higher, like sit higher, or just deeper. Just easy. Perfect. Now let's continue with Scindapsus trebi or silver pothos. Again, squeezing the pot. Really easy. Let's see how many plants we have here. Wow, the roots. Oh my God, look at these roots. Just look at these roots. Like, isn't this amazing? It's just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. But look how they are growing in circles. They definitely need a bigger pot, but this is just amazing. Such a healthy plant. Just wonderful. Okay, here the roots are so much grown into each other. I don't want to disturb them, and I'm going to plant all these 3 together. So we have 3 here, 4, 5, and 6. Again, 6. and they have all grown again from cuttings. And now the third one in this pot. This one is really beautiful, and I see that there are again different several cuttings here, which are already separate plants. And again, the roots are just wonderful. Then we have here 2, 3, 4, 5, and again 6. That's how this nursery, I guess, grows them. So, oh, you see? Oh, look at these roots. All right. Well, I'm going just to plant it just like this from this side. Just like this, and the others from this side. And now we are taking all these 3 and we're going to plant them here. 1, 2, maybe this way, and 3. Just like this. And here we add a little bit more soil. This is so beautiful. I don't even know which one I like more. All of them, like all 3 are just gorgeous and healthy plants. Ready! So my friends, we have repotted actually these 3 wonderful plants, which are going now to their places, hanging. Look at this. I'm so happy now because like in every basket I have like 6 healthy plants, and they're going to grow into gorgeous plants, like hanging and growing really nicely in just a very short period of time. Please share your experience with me. Write some comments. How are you growing them? In what kind of climate? Actually, for me, they will be growing indoors, of course, and yeah, just in a bright place, maybe just a little bit of sun, but not really burning sun. And I believe this is the best place for them to grow. So share your experience with me. I would really love to hear your stories. And please subscribe, click on the bell button to be notified of all the videos, and stay passionate about plants. See you next time.